What's up, you guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda Marie, and over here I love to discuss all things fragrance. So if you're into smelling good, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bells. That way you'll be notified each and every time I upload a video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 winter fragrances. I was about to say wintertime, but my top 10 winter fragrances. Some of them are old. I've had for years, and I've just been rebuying and rebuying because I love them so much. And it's just like, whenever it starts to get really cold, these are the fragrances that I often think about. I do have some fragrances here that I've had for a few years, and towards the end of the video I'll be showing you some fragrances that I recently added into the collection. So I really haven't had that long, maybe like 2 months or something like that. They haven't been around for a long time, but when I tell y'all I've been wearing them like I had the fragrances all year. If you're interested to see my top 10 winter fragrances, then keep watching. I've been smelling people wearing this fragrance. I've been smelling this fragrance on people, and that is crazy to me because in reality I'm the only person that likes this fragrance, so I should be the only one wearing this fragrance. But I swear to God, I've smelled it on so many people coming in my office, and I'm like, instantly I know what fragrance that is. And I am talking about none other than Mugler's Angel. This is the Eau de Toilette. I pulled out the Eau de Toilette for y'all because I know y'all not rocking with Angel, period. Y'all not rocking with the Eau de Parfum, and y'all not rocking with the Toilette. But I've been smelling this fragrance, and I'm like,
I know damn well that is not my shit I just heard. I know damn well you not biting off my shit.
Cause I know I'm the only one that's supposed to be wearing this, like, because I'm the only one that likes it. So when I smell it on somebody, I kind of low-key get offended because I'm like, what you wearing my stuff for? Angel is not gonna be for everybody, I know this, but the Eau de Toilette version I think is a little tolerable. In the opening, it opens up more fruitier to me. It's a little bit softer in my opinion. It's sweeter in my opinion. I feel like that patchouli is very toned down in the Eau de Toilette version. Does it still smell like the original, like the Eau de Parfum? I feel like it does, okay? But it has more of a youthful feel, more of a youthful vibe. And at first, I really didn't like this version. I was like, they're trying to take the old version and make it into something like they're changing it. But once I bought this fragrance, I was like, okay, bet, I like this. This is the one that I could wear all year round because I have been smelling people in the dead ass summer wearing this fragrance, and I mean young and old. So I'm gonna say that if you haven't smelled it in a while, if you've been collecting fragrances and your palette has changed, because I know that happened to me over the years. As I smelled more things, I really got in tune with the things that I like. So if you haven't put your nose on this in a while, I highly recommend you smell it again, give it another try. So this is Angel by Mugler, but it is the Eau de Toilette version. Now, wintertime is actually my favorite time of the year. I love when it's cold outside. I love when I have to really think about things that I'm gonna wear. Cause you know, in the summertime, child, it ain't nothing for me to just throw on some jeans and a t-shirt and I'm out the door. Like, I can't do that when it's cold outside. So I love the fact that I get to wear my coats, I get to wear my boots, my scarves, you know, all the heavy stuff. I actually love that. And I don't know if it has anything to do with me being born in December, and it could be, but I just love the freaking wintertime. So this fragrance, I've talked about it before, it's near and dear to my heart. I honestly could wear this whenever because I think that's what people are really doing now. I've been trying to get out of that way of thinking when it comes to my fragrances and just to really wear what I want to wear. Now, there's some fragrances I'm not going to be able to do that with because they're just so potent, they're heavy, they're headbangers, they're clawing, they're like, you know, can be obnoxious. They can be a lot for people to take in the summertime. I have a few like that. But I feel like with this one, I could totally pull this off any time of the year, honestly. But I mostly preserve this one for the winter time, and I mean cold. Black Orchid by Tom Ford is very appropriate for this time of the year. You guys have already smelled this. This fragrance has been around forever. For me, this is a very sensual, very deep, dark patchouli fragrance. There's chocolate in here. The patchouli is banging in this fragrance. Okay, so if you're not a lover of patchouli, you're probably not gonna like this one, I'm just saying. But there's something very mysterious about Tom Ford's Black Orchid. I absolutely love it. Because there is chocolate in here, this is not a gourmand scent to me. I feel like this is just in a lane of its own. This was the first like Tom Ford fragrance I ever bought myself. Instantly when I smelled it, it was different. I fell in love with it, and I've always just had a bottle of it in my collection because I feel like it's beautiful. The one thing I love about this too is it is extremely unisex. Anybody can wear this, male, female, it doesn't matter. I think really what it comes down to is your preference, how you like to express yourself when it comes to fragrances. That's really going to be the determining factor on if you like Black Orchid. You guys know me, I'm an oddball. Y'all know this, okay? I like to be different when it comes to my fragrances, and I think Tom Ford's Black Orchid is unique and different enough for me, and I just love it. I don't know if you guys have seen my January's perfume tray, but Black Orchid is on there, and this fragrance is on there as well. This is Santal Carmen, or Carmin. And for those of you who are in Fragcom, used to be you can get these fragrances at Sephora, the Atelier Cologne fragrances. That's who makes this fragrance. When I first found out about this brand, I actually bought a discovery set from Sephora, and oh my god, I loved pretty much 80% of that whole collection. I think I struggled with the fruity fragrances, like the citrusy type of fragrances, but I fell in love with Santal Carmen. It is a beautiful Santal fragrance. It is very woody, but it is very sexy. When I spray this, it opens up a little bright. There may be a little bergamot in this fragrance in the top. There's something citrusy that's sitting in the top with this fragrance. I want to make mention too, this is Santal Carmen Cologne Absolute, because there is another version of this fragrance. I think it's just regular Santal Carmen, but this is the Absolute version. And in the top you have two citrusy notes. You have lime and you have a bergamot. There's also saffron in here in the base. In the middle you have sandalwood, which is aka also known as Santal. You have guaiac wood, you have musk in the base, you have vanilla, cedar, and papyrus. That saffron, oh my god, sets this fragrance off. It's very unisex in my opinion. Anybody can wear this, okay? You and your man, y'all can share it if y'all want to, girl. If you're okay with him wearing your fragrances, y'all could totally share this. Probably because of the woody notes in this fragrance. You have the sandalwood, you have the guaiac wood, you have the cedar in the base. So it's woody, you know what I mean? So because of that, some people would probably say this leans a bit more masculine. But I will tell you what it is. It is sexy as hell, okay? And every time I wear this fragrance, I get a busload of compliments. The compliments just be rolling in all night, and the longevity on it is amazing, okay? It lasts all day. If you can find this one in the States and you're looking for a sexy, woody type of scent, try to get this one. I got mine, I want to say from Saks Off online, but just do your research, child. You'll be able to find it somewhere, okay? For me, I want to say this was probably my, actually, Delina Exclusive was my first, actually, I'm going to take that back. My first oud and rose combination was Shagoff Oud by Swiss Arabian. I liked Shagoff Oud, but so anyway, I ended up blind buying Parfums de Marly Delina Exclusive. Fell in love with it. After I purchased Delina, I ended up getting Oud Satin Mood because I loved it as well. I smelled it in the store. I'm gonna be honest with you, it does have a little bit of the same DNA as Delina Exclusive because it's rose and oud. But in the Oud Satin Mood, there's a violet note or iris. It's some type of purple flower that is in this fragrance, and I'm thinking it's violet. That really puts a different spin on this fragrance because instead of the dry down being super sweet in Oud Satin Mood, it really is like more rosy, more powdery, and then sweet, if I'm making sense. The violet really stands out in this fragrance to me. It really does. That's why I had to get two different versions because I'm in the frame of mind right now, you guys. Like, I don't need a lot of rose and oud. I don't think I've bought since this fragrance another rose and oud combination. Very appropriate for the winter time. It just smells so gorgeous. That powdery sugared rose dry down with the oud is top tier in my opinion, and I absolutely love to wear this when it gets cold, even though my bottle is still full. Next fragrance up is Viktor and Rolf's Spicebomb. Now this is targeted for men, but when I smelled this years ago, I fell in love with this fragrance, and it didn't even matter to me that it was being targeted for men. I'm telling you ladies, I urge you, I've told you this before, you should definitely take a trip down the fragrances for men, okay? You really should explore those because what you will find out is that a lot of them smell very unisex, and a lot of them we can pull off, like this one. There's a lot of different flankers of this fragrance. This is just the original Spicebomb. Fragrance does come off a little smoky, okay? Not a lot. It's very soft. It's very soft, but you are gonna pick up on those spicy nuances, okay? The pink pepper, the saffron, the cinnamon, you are gonna pick up on those, but they're not heady, they're not doing the most, they're not over the top, they're very tolerable. And when I tell you this, the dry down of this fragrance is very soft, very, I was gonna say pretty, I would say pretty, okay? It can be pretty, but it's very soft, it's very like powdery, like the dry down reminds me of a cashmere sweater. And I feel like this fragrance is very sweet. This fragrance has a lot of sweetness in it, and I don't know what that is from. It could be from the cinnamon. Oh, wait a minute. Element. There's some type of resin in here, so maybe that's what's giving it the sweetness, but in my opinion, this fragrance is sweet. Hear me when I tell you, you should at least smell it. You will be surprised. And this has easily become one of my favorite wintertime scents. A lot of people compare it to a fragrance by Inicio. Hold on, let me tell you. Rehab by Inicio Parfums. And I do have a decant of Rehab, and I have smelled them side by side, and when I tell you, they smell the same. This is Loubicrown from Christian Louboutin. So these fragrances in the red bottles were released in 2020. Now at that time I bought the minis. They look just like the perfume bottles, all 7 of them. I got them in a set, and I was playing with them, and I was like, everybody is talking about Louis Rouge. That's the one with the heel on it, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I didn't fall in love with Louis Rouge right away. I ended up falling in love with Loubicrown and Loubicrown. Those were the first 2 that I fell in love with. But Loubicrown, in my opinion, is a little bit better than Loubicrown. That's just me. But There's only 3 notes in this fragrance. You get patchouli, you get cedar, and you get tonka. This is a very earthy, kind of dry, woody fragrance, okay? That patchouli is really sitting in this fragrance. You get it from the opening all the way through the dry down, like you can't miss it. If you're not into patchouli, baby, you're probably not gonna like this one, because this is, to me, a very patchouli-based fragrance. I don't really pick up much tonka in this fragrance. If I'm being honest, I get more cedar and I get more patch. That is what I get. But there is something very alluring about this fragrance. There is something very sexy about this fragrance. It's hypnotizing to me. Every time I smell it, I feel like I go into a little bit of a trance, because girl, it smells so damn good. Love the bottles. This top is as heavy as the freaking bottle, believe it or not. I think these fragrances are just pure luxury. I'm not gonna say these two are identical in smell. I'm not gonna say that, but they do have similarities. They do have this has Santal in it, and that's what's really like setting them apart. But to be honest with y'all, the vibes are the same. Extremely sexy, okay? Oozing with sex appeal, mysteriousness, okay? These both, my biggest compliment getters ever. I do feel like this one may lean a little bit more masculine, because it's heavy on the patchouli and it's heavy on the woods. So, but either way, get your nose on it, girl. You might end up liking it. This next fragrance is from Kilian. This is called Levert. I think this fragrance is so slept on. It really is. Now, this is from his liqueur collection. And if you don't know, Kilian is part of that Hennessy family, okay? Maybe not his 100%, because you know, people been selling out stuff, but yeah, that's them boys. That's him and his family, okay? That Hennessy that y'all was drinking for New Year's Eve, yeah, that's his shit, okay? So I would see why he would put his liqueurs in this, what do they call this type of glass? It's a particular glass that you put cognac and stuff in. I'm not a drinker, so I really don't know. With the liqueur lines, they are basically centered around a cocktail or a drink. And so Levert is actually supposed to remind people of absinthe. That is a particular drink, cocktail. If you've ever seen them make an absinthe drink, I believe they use a spoon that they put over, like this is the glass, they put a spoon across it filled with sugar, and they like light it up, right? So that it's a sugar cube, so that sugar melts into the drink, right? Definitely embodied in this fragrance. It really is. And I think this fragrance is so pretty. I think it is unique. I think it is different. It is woody, it's sweet. That licorice is definitely, it's not enough to annoy me or throw me off or make me dislike the fragrance, but it's sweet enough to where I can tolerate it, if that makes sense. Because if it was just straight up licorice, yeah, I would be out of there. It's like the licorice dipped in sugar. That's what it smells like. And I'm glad that the sugar is there. I'm glad like the sweetness is there, because I don't know if I would be able to wear this if it wasn't there. And I don't think they're going to be making anything quite as unique and different as this Levert anytime soon. I'm just saying. That's just me. I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller, but I've seen the patterns, okay? This is a fragrance that was gifted to me by 5 Sens, and this is called Burn For You. Baby, when I tell you this fragrance, oh my God, this fragrance had everybody in my office turned up. Do you hear me? Everybody was turned up. Everybody got something different. Somebody said I smelled like a fresh loaf of banana bread. Ain't no darn banana in this fragrance, number one. There's no note of banana here, okay? Somebody else was like, I smell like this sweet campfire. And this is super affordable too. I want to say this is going for like $65 at Sephora. Don't quote me on that, but it's very affordable. And this fragrance, oh my god, y'all, it's sexy. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all, a lot of y'all probably will be turned off by the clove. So clove for me comes off smelling a little incensey, but very much like tobacco-ish. I think if you don't have like a lot of experience with clove, that may really catch you off guard, okay? But me personally, I love clove, I love tobacco, I love incense and fragrances, so it doesn't bother me. But even though there's clove here, it goes so well with the vanilla. It really does. It's like a sweet, smoky smell. Very intoxicating, okay? I don't know how they do it, how they make those two work, but they did it, okay? And it's not just any kind of vanilla, it's Madagascar vanilla. And I think Madagascar vanilla is one of the sweetest vanillas out there, in my opinion, next to bourbon vanilla. That one is sweet, but boozy, okay? The Madagascar is just straight up sweet to me. And in this fragrance, it's just beautiful. This fragrance feels warm. It feels cozy. It smells like you're sitting outside roasting like a marshmallow or something sweet, or you're inside the house on a cold day, cold rainy day. You're sitting by the fireplace. You've just sprayed on some vanilla type of fragrance or put on some vanilla type of lotion, and you're sitting by the fireplace enjoying, relaxing, catching the vibes. That's what this fragrance feels like to me. And it is extremely sexy. Interesting thing, I do like wear my fragrances to work, but they're very toned down. And I don't always get necessarily a positive response. Not from everybody anyway, you know what I mean? But when I wore this 2 days back to back, I think I may have worn it 3 days back to back, I got positive feedback every day I wore this fragrance. That has never happened to me in my whole entire life. Usually when I wear a fragrance, it's like one person loves it, one person hates it. But for everybody to enjoy this fragrance says a lot to me. I mean, everybody enjoyed it. Everybody kept asking me what I was wearing. I wasn't telling them. Eventually, I broke down and told them because they kept bugging me about it. So I had to tell them, you know, still, ain't nobody gonna be able to rock it like me anyway. So, you know, I'm over the moon, head over heels in love with this. This is backup bottle worthy to me. Would I consider it to be a safe blind buy? I'm gonna say no. The only reason why I would say that is because of the clove, okay? But if you like fragrances like Commodities Milk Bold, you will like this fragrance. Not saying they smell similar, but y'all know they both had that campfire smell about them, right? You will like this one. So again, this is Burn For You by Five Senses. Highly recommend this one. But you guys know I recently picked up 34 Boulevard Saint Germain by Diptyque. I want to say at this point like a month ago, right around Thanksgiving. It was in November, I'm pretty sure. And I fell head over heels in love with this fragrance, y'all. I'm gonna just off the rip say that this is more masculine. It definitely is giving more masculine in my opinion. But this is a warm, woody, spicy, aromatic, green fragrance. I'm still gonna get Eau de Well, but I wanted to get Eau de Well. Long story short, they didn't have it. And the sales associate sprayed this on me, and it wasn't love at first sniff. It was love at dry down. Now, I do like the opening, okay? I don't have to push through this fragrance. I don't have to tolerate the opening. just so I can enjoy the dry down. I think that is crazy when people do that. Like, oh no, I gotta wait for the dry down, wait for the dry down. You'll like it, you'll like it. That's insane, okay? Why we doing it? No, if you don't really like a fragrance from the opening all the way to the end, like, don't buy it, girl. Save your money, okay? So I like the opening of this fragrance, but I am in love with the dry down because the dry down reminds me a lot of Eau de Well. That sensual, deep, dark, earthy vanilla is what I get with this fragrance. The patchouli is sitting, okay? The patchouli is there. You can't get away from that girl. She's there. You do get that clove in the opening. That is the same type of clove that is in Burn For You, okay? So it is a little smoky. You get the spices in this fragrance. It is just a heavy hitter. Lasts all day long, y'all. I mean, the sillage on this is beast mode. People can smell me from wherever I'm at. It is just, it's everything, okay? It checks every last single box when it comes to me buying fragrances and what I love. It checks every box. But again, I say to thee, it's not gonna be for everybody, okay? It's just not, it's really not. For the girls that know, y'all know. This is like the essential, okay, fragrance for the winter time. Like, I can just see myself no matter what I'm wearing. Leather, if I'm wearing a long, fluffy, furry coat, okay, boots, hat, I have to put this on because, baby, this seals the deal, okay? This makes the whole outfit complete, in my opinion. 34 Boulevard, Saint Germain. It's just amazing. And y'all, this fragrance has been out forever. Since like 2018. That wasn't that long ago, actually, but it seems so long ago, y'all. But anyway, it's been out for a while, but I love it. This is, at this point, this one and Eau de Well are really the main two diptyque fragrances that I love. Probably a third one would be Orchid, but as of right now, 34 Boulevard Saint Germain is the only diptyque fragrance I have in my collection, and I absolutely love it. Last but not least, African Rooibos by Chris Collins. Baby. Woo, yeah. I don't think I've ever smelled a tea scent as good as this one. Those of you who are like, what does a tea scent smell like? If you've ever smelled Gris Chanel by BDK, that is a tea scent, okay? It's something that's like, smells like tea, but very aromatic. It could go a little spicy. It could go a little citrusy. I smell the tea and it reminds me of a cup of tea, for real. It's so realistic. Like, I just envision this cup with my tea in it, like an orange slice floating around at the top, you know, and the tea is not just, it ain't no Lipton tea, girl. It is like an expensive tea. Y'all know them expensive tea bags, you go in there, they want like, you know, $25 for 5. That type of tea, imported tea. This is not tea at Kroger. This is like an expensive tea, okay? This is a tea you drank with your little pinky finger hanging out on the side like that. We're talking about tea time at the St. Regis. That's what this is giving, okay? Yes, elevated, opulence, okay? Beautiful. When I wear this fragrance, oh man, it's magical. When I wear this fragrance, I do spray it in my hair because this fragrance floats. I mean, it just goes everywhere, baby. I'm like, ooh, don't let the wind blow. Whoever's standing in the direction of the wind is going to get a whiff of this African Rooibos, okay? It's like that African Sahara dust, but a tea. Okay, it's everywhere. It goes everywhere, baby. Everybody can smell this, and it's absolutely delicious. The first time I smelled this, baby, I almost melted. Like, I almost slid out of my chair because I was like, oh my God, I've been missing out on this beautiful fragrance because of that tea scent. I feel like it's going to be so beautiful in the warmer months, and on wearing it when it warms up, because I'm really excited to see how that's gonna work out. I think it's gonna go crazy. I don't expect anything less from this fragrance, to be honest with you. This is just a stunner. It's beautiful. He did his big one with this one, okay? Chris Collins did his big one with this one. Again, this is African Rooibos. My top 10 wintertime fragrances. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment down below, what are your favorite fragrances to wear when it gets really, really cold outside? Let me know down in the comments. If you're into fragrances, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on your notification bells. That way you'll be notified every time I upload and you don't miss out. To hit that thumbs up button on your way out, it lets me know you enjoyed today's video, and it also helps with the growth of my channel. So hit that thumbs up button for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're having a pleasant day, and I hope you are smelling good doing it. I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.